Have you ever sat in a room full of people and still felt slightly out of place? Not lonely, not sad, just different. And here's the strange part. You can't even explain why. Because everything looks normal on the outside. People are laughing, talking, moving on. But inside you, something is always a little deeper, a little louder, a little more aware. Reframe: most people think something is wrong when they don't fit easily into the world. But what if that idea is completely backwards? What if you're not broken? What if you're just wired differently? Not better, not worse. Just tuned to a different frequency that most people don't notice at all. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Relatable moment: think about this. You finish a simple conversation. Something small like, "How was your day?" But hours later, your brain is still replaying it. Not because it was important, but because something in it felt layered. A tone, a pause, a look that didn't match the words. Most people forget it instantly. But you still feel it. And you wonder, why am I like this? But wait, it's not random. There are patterns in people who experience life like this. Quiet patterns, subtle ones, but very real. Let's go deeper. Sign 1. You notice what others don't even register. You walk into a room and instantly pick up small things. A forced smile, a sudden silence between two people, a mood shift no one mentions. Nobody says anything, but you already feel it. It's not imagination, it's attention. Your brain is constantly scanning what's under the surface, not just what's visible. And sometimes, that makes the world feel louder than it actually is. Sign 2. Your mind replays moments like scenes. A normal person moves on. But you replay, not in a stressful way, but in a searching way. You think, why did they say it like that? Did I respond too fast? What did that moment really mean? It's like your mind refuses to leave unfinished emotional puzzles alone. And here's where it gets interesting. This isn't overthinking in the simple sense. It's your brain trying to extract meaning from experience, even when everyone else has moved on. Sign 3. Fake energy feels physically uncomfortable. Small talk, forced laughs, surface-level conversations that go nowhere. You can do them. You can even smile through them. But inside, something tightens. Not because you dislike people, but because your system reacts strongly to what feels not real. You crave honesty, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, because realness feels safe to you, and performance feels heavy. Most people adapt to social masks. You feel them. Pattern interrupt, but here's the part most people never talk about. This sensitivity is not just emotional. It's cognitive. Your brain is not just reacting. It's interpreting. Constantly. Sign 4. You feel the emotional weather of a space. You don't always need words. You can walk into a room and feel tension without anyone speaking. Two people sitting far apart, but something between them feels unresolved. A group laughing, but the energy feels slightly forced. It's like your mind reads invisible signals. And sometimes that becomes exhausting, because you're not just in the room, you're absorbing the room. Sign 5. Your thinking doesn't move in straight lines. Most people think step by step. You don't. One thought becomes 5. One question opens 10 more. One idea connects to something completely unrelated from years ago. It's not chaos. It's depth. Your mind builds layers instead of lines. And that's why simple explanations often don't feel enough for you. You want the why behind the why, even when others don't. Relatable moment: ever been told, you think too much? But what they don't see is this. You're not thinking too much. You're thinking further. Sign 6. You ask questions people quietly outgrow. Not loud questions. Quiet ones. What is actually real? Why do people act this way? What makes life meaningful? Most people stop asking these things as life gets busy. But you don't. And it's not confusion. It's curiosity that never fully shuts off. Even in ordinary moments, your mind drifts into deeper meaning. Like there's always something underneath the surface of everything. Pattern interrupt, and here's something important. This is not about intelligence alone. It's about orientation. Where your attention naturally goes when nothing is forcing it. Sign 7. You feel like an observer inside your own life. This one is subtle, but powerful. You live your life fully. You talk, laugh, act, respond. But there's also another part of you, watching. Not disconnected, not detached, just aware. Like a part of your mind is noticing everything as it happens. What am I feeling right now? Why did I react like that? What does this moment mean about me? It's like living and observing at the same time. And most people don't realize. Not everyone experiences that layer. Now pause for a moment. Because if you recognize yourself in even a few of these, you might have spent a long time thinking something is off about you. Too sensitive. Too deep. Too aware. Too different. But what if none of that was a flaw? What if it was just a different way of experiencing life? Not everyone notices emotional layers. Not everyone replays meaning. Not everyone feels depth in silence. And that difference can feel isolating. But it also creates something rare. You see things others miss. You feel what others skip over. You question what others accept too quickly. And yes, sometimes that feels heavy. But it also means your experience of life is not shallow. It's textured, detailed, deep, and even if it feels lonely sometimes, it is also rich in ways most people never access. Maybe the goal was never to fit in easily. Maybe it was to understand your own mind without fighting it. Because the truth is, some people don't experience life loudly. And once you understand that, you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking a very different question. What am I actually seeing that others are not?